John Mullins' kennel is also home to a branch of the Greyhound Trust. Sue Bruce is one of the many unsung heroes up and down the country who work tirelessly to home our retired greyhounds.
Set up here is the racing kennels. So as volunteers for the Greyhound Trust, what we do is look at homing dogs, socialising the dogs before they go home. We do help with some day-to-day care, but generally John and the kennel hands do that. So that's a really good thing. They are experts at what they do. The care is second to none. We promote dogs by doing shows, meet and greets. We have a walk every month, and we do lots of other events to raise cash as well.
I think what it's important for people to know is it isn't just the day-to-day care of the dogs when they're here. There's so much more that goes into homing an ex-racer, isn't there?
There is, absolutely. We use our volunteers to help socialise the dogs. We give ongoing support to our adopters when the dogs go home. We have volunteers who are, one is a behaviourist and the other is a dog trainer. So when necessary, which thankfully isn't very often, but when necessary we can use them, and that makes a huge difference because most quirks when dogs go home are easily sorted out, and it keeps the dog in a home, which is what we want.
There are so many people like you up and down the country. You dedicate a lot of your life and a lot of time to finding our ex-racers' homes, don't you?
Yes, we do. We love doing it. You couldn't do it unless you wouldn't love it. But to be honest, the dogs are their own best ambassadors, really. I mean, what's not to like? They're beautiful, they're affectionate, they really do sell themselves.
And for you personally, how much time would you spend here and volunteering for the Greyhound Trust?
I'm probably here 4 or 5 days a week, and that's doing paperwork, taking the dogs out and about. My colleague Avril does an equal amount of work. So it's just generally keeping things running, really, making the most of any opportunity that comes to promote the dogs, making life sort of really quite comfortable for them, extra treats, extra toys, that sort of thing. We like to think we're quite good at matching dogs to homes now. We are quite fussy, and we make no apologies for that, because we want our dogs to go home and be happy and have wonderful lives. They've had a lovely life while they've been racing. They've had a job to do, and it's really nice for them to go home then and find a sofa of their own.
We've got volunteers to come in that help us out, to do the meet and greet. We do the dogs. They come and they sort out the families. Without the volunteers, we couldn't possibly do it. I couldn't do meet and greet. I'm not that good with humans anyway. And the girls do a fantastic job. Sue, Avril, Angie, Michelle, they all do a fantastic job. Without the volunteers, there is no rehoming for us. And we've rehomed, well, I'm told today, over 1,000, so I'm well pleased with that.
Why do you like having the retireds here, though?
It's great to see where they go. And I wouldn't want any race dogs from my kennels to go to another retirement kennel, so I honestly believe if I never had the retirement branch, I don't know whether I'd continue training. Because we look after them well here, and you know where they're going. You can follow it on the computer. You meet the families, and they come back here for a holiday.
And it's part of the process, isn't it, racer to retired? And you're quite passionate about the fact that for those of us who love our pet greyhounds, racing is an essential part of that.
Yeah, what does beef, get to me that without racing greyhounds, there are no retired dogs. There are no welfare homes. There are no jobs in the retirement birds. No retirement kennels. There's nothing. So we have to have race dogs, because this breed won't last without it, and it is what it is, and it is retired dogs that we rehome, nothing else, retired dogs. And we have to have racing, because without the trainers and the dogs, there is nothing, and I think that should be acknowledged.
We must mention your two that are here with us in the field here, and just to reiterate, as we always say, what wonderful animals and great pets they are.
Yeah. They are really lovely animals. They're very easy to care for. They're loving, affectionate. As I say, they are their own best ambassadors. They're beautiful to look at, wonderful when you see them gallop. They're such brilliant athletes. What's not to like?
And they won't all dig up your garden, will they?
She's particularly good at digging up John's runs. She doesn't do it at home, but we haven't told him that.